My name is Caitlin Ivancic. I volunteer here on the worship team. Sometimes I do main vocals, sometimes I do harmonies. I'm kind of just there for the ride. I think mainly it has helped me deepen my faith. I have always felt a connection with music. I just love the sense of community that we have here. Especially since we've been going here now, this is the 5th year, converting over, everyone wants to be here and everyone is here for a reason. We've all created such a good bond, and that's something you don't come by very often, but I love the group that we work with here. Honestly, I don't know that there was a specific moment, but I feel it was more so everyone telling me, oh, you can do this, instead of just being nervous and sitting out in the crowd. When I got the position on the worship team, I was able to get more comfortable with that and help myself, like I said, deepen my faith, and I think that it just helps me in many more ways than what's already been said. I have very bad stage fright. I am like one to tremble and shake when I'm on stage, even though it's the same people I've known for a long time now. It could be for the next 10 years, I have no idea, but I get very nervous. I feel like there's a lot to live up to. I had always only heard good things, and especially being one of the younger ones on our team, I think there's a lot of higher stakes, and sometimes it's scary to give your insight and input. I love it. I love being able to reach people in different ways. You never know what someone could be going through, and there could be a song that touches them, or even a message, a prayer during our worship set that really resonates with them. So I think what we do here is just a really added environment for people to be able to listen and connect with God through the music. A lot goes unnoticed. There's so much that goes into our team, so much dedication, effort, putting time aside, that we don't just come here on a Sunday. And I think everyone who is a part of our worship team should be super proud and just overjoyed with what they do, knowing that they're doing something for a good cause.
I am Wayne Lakovic, and I work here at Polaris Christian Church, serving on the coffee counter ministry and also as a greeter. I really enjoy meeting new people and interacting with people. I felt like God was calling me to help people feel comfortable at church, to have a good experience at church, and I look forward to those opportunities. And it's also a way for me to reach out with people that may be struggling with something in life, and we can connect and help them work through that. And at the same time, they've also helped me to grow as well. Meeting the kids and how excited they are to see me, on the weeks that they come here to meet with my friends and shake their hand and hug people. I love it. I think it's just awesome. The challenges for me are remembering everybody's names. So like Alex was talking about this week, and being present in the situation. Sometimes it's difficult when you've got 30 or 40 people entering the church at the same time, and you try to get people's names and remember them and place their face. A lot of times you can remember the names, but then it's hard to place the face because you've got so many that you've been interacting with. That's probably the biggest challenge. So my hesitations at the time were, could I do this, every Sunday, or how many Sundays could I offer, to do service? God opened up the margin in my schedule and made it easy for me, and rest is history.
I'm Joe Violi, and I play the drums on the worship team. I serve on the worship team because it's an opportunity to be involved and give back, and to share that time with friends that I've made through the worship team and the church and the community. It's definitely impacted my life. It's almost been 18 years that I've been involved with the worship team, and just the opportunity to build my faith and be involved. The lyrics really stay with you throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the years of being involved. Even when my son Luca was really little, and he'd be in the car and he'd hear some of the worship music that I play to kind of get some time to listen to and practice, and he'd be like, oh, is this a song you're gonna play for Jesus at church on Sunday? And I'm like, yeah, I am. And he'd be like, I really like that. I really like when you play. I like the songs and I like the lyrics. It's just really grounded me, being up there with the worship band and having the opportunity to share that experience and to give that feeling of more than just the song. When I first started playing, I was really nervous. I thought everything had to be perfect and had to be right because I was just so worried about being good and making sure it was right. But now I feel the songs, I feel the lyrics, and to the point where sometimes I get lost on where we are in the song because I'm so into what it says and what it means and feel the lyrics and then perform. I remember the first time I walked into Polaris, we were invited by friends, and I thought the message was really good, and I thought the worship band was great. And I remember standing in the lobby, and we were talking a little bit with actually the drummer at the time and the guitar player. And at the time, my wife made a comment, "Oh, Joe plays the drums. You should talk to Joe." And I was a little worried because I don't know how to read music. I was self-taught. I'm just really glad that I did take the chance to get involved. I know I was nervous in the beginning, but now all these years of sharing that experience with the worship team, with all the friends from church, it's been a great opportunity. And I would say if anybody has any doubt on any part of helping out or giving back, you should just take the chance.
My name is Phil Beck, and I serve on the worship team as a guitar player, and I've been doing so for about 25 years. A couple of the reasons why I serve is one of them is community, being able to be around other musicians and vocalists and to create music and be around that with other like-minded people. It's been really cool to be able to serve with my daughter Maddie on the worship team, and it was a really fun time that we had. We were able to spend time together and to do that along with my wife Leanne. It's a unique perspective to be able to be up on stage and to hear everybody worshiping together. That's always been a really cool thing of mine, and not everybody gets to experience that, but that really has an impact on me because I'm able to worship with everybody else and be able to hear everybody else, and that's just really neat. So what got me first started playing guitar was actually, we were friends with a couple a very long time ago, and the husband played guitar and the wife sang, and Leanne and I were in church there and says, hey, maybe we could do that. So the next Christmas, Leanne bought me a guitar, and I started playing guitar, and we started serving, doing worship at our previous church. Some of the challenges I've actually had being nervous before playing. People like Eddie Van Halen and Adele had panic attacks before they perform in front of people, and it's just important for me to keep in mind that I'm not really a performer, I'm a facilitator. So I try and help facilitate along with the worship team, is to help everybody in the room get to a point where they can worship God. And that's when you keep that mindset, that changes your whole perspective about how you approach what you do on a Sunday morning. One of the things that's been really cool as of late is Marcus has started this Polaris Worship 101, which is kind of like an on-ramp. If you're sitting out there and you can sing or play an instrument or serve on the tech team, Marcus has kind of facilitated an on-ramp for you to be able to serve. You can come in under a situation where there's no pressure and kind of learn and see how we prepare for Sunday morning. And Marcus has been really great about devoting time to that and helping people go from sitting out there to being up here.
Hi, I'm Leslie Dushek, and I serve in the worship ministry. I run the slides and the lights. I really love doing what I do because I'm kind of hidden. I'm up in my little perch in the balcony. I can sing along during practice. I really get a feel for the worship songs, and some of them become my favorite, and they're so moving to me. So I just love hearing the live music because we have such a talented worship team. We are so blessed to have the talent that we have on the stage, and I just get to listen to them. They're like family to me. I've known these people forever, it seems, and they've been there to support me and my family again and again and again. My husband, Mike, was encouraged by other worship team people to start playing bass. So when he decided to do that, he encouraged me to see if I could find some place to serve so that we could spend more of our Sunday mornings together and practice time and things like that. The only thing is kind of figuring out the timing for the songs so that you're leading the slides in the right way so people know what lyrics are coming up next. I've never done anything like that before, so I was just nervous if I could cut it, but it's It's really easy. You push a button over and over and over. And so it can be a tiny bit intimidating at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's just a lot of fun. If you think you might have any interest, give it a try. You've got nothing to lose. You don't sign any paperwork saying that you're signing on for life, but the ones of us who have been in this ministry for a long time are here because we want to be. We love it that much.